Dev Diary 22, The Music of Seattle. I'm betting most know this tune. And if not, don't miss out. Go play Bloodlines 1. Now, you would think that the Chinese room might take this music and use it as their main inspiration. After all, this is Bloodlines 2, so why not tap into something everybody knows? And while they do have access to all of the Rick Schaefer music, obviously what was done on the original game and what was done under Hardsuit Labs, they haven't just aped what Schaefer did and turned it into Bloodlines 2. Instead, they're going their own distinctive route, without losing sight of their roots, as they later in the article talk about having access to this music library and incorporating it into the game. They even give us a sample of some of the music that they're using. Now, I like the idea of not just rehashing what has been, or taking what was already there, modifying it a little bit and saying, ooh, look, it's unique, it's Bloodlines 2. And as this game has only the name in common with the original, I think it's a good thing they're going their own direction and incorporating the old into the new. Dean Hendricks, the audio director for the Chinese room, tells us, the core of any TCR game always revolves around the narrative, the story, and the characters. Across all disciplines, our focus is to serve the narrative as well as we can. Words to live by. Far too often, narrative takes a back seat. Gameplay, mechanics, everything else supersedes story and characters. TCR is trying to tie themes to characters. A musical and audio motif, you might say. So when you hear a certain piece of music, you can tie it to that character and know that some way, indirectly or directly, that character is involved. And they're looking to forge their own style and not just mimic what was done back in 2004. Here's a sample of Bloodlines 2's title screen. You can hear a little bit of Bloodlines 1 in there, and something I found very interesting and positive is Garfinkel and Nguyen's approach. They like practical, human-played instruments.
Hi, my name's Craig Stewart Garfinkel. My wife, Emer Nguyen, and I, we've been tasked with writing the music for Bloodlines 2. As you can see, we use an awful lot of technology to create film and TV and video game scores. We wouldn't be able to do what we do without that technology. Currently, with AI and how it's been encroaching in on the creative arts and specifically the creation of music, it's just made Emer and I more adamant about making sure that everything that we do has a human at the end of it. The music you're going to hear in the game, it's either a hand on a guitar, a bass, even an overblown flute, even things that sound like they're synthetic. 99% of the time, what you're hearing is organic. It's something that Emer and I have done physically.
Adding to the musical cred, they've pulled in Adrian Mantu, another world-traveling musician who's played just about everywhere and has a whole lot of cred to his name. Here's a sample of his cello work. For music systems and implementation, they take us through what they consider the 4 stages of a combat encounter to be. The exploration phase, where you're wandering around and enemies are there, but you've not been spotted and nobody really cares at that point. Stealth, you're actively creeping around enemies, but they have not detected you. Investigation is where the enemies know something's up, but they haven't spotted you and don't have a target yet. And combat, time to start eating. They've created distinct musical pieces for each of these 4 stages. In addition, you have feeding. So these 5 are interwoven and move from one to the other seamlessly, all the while giving you all those audio cues. And on the diegetic side, you have the sound as you move through an area, how music or ambient sounds fade, become occluded, or rise in volume depending on where you are and the environment. They give us a couple of screenshots of their software setting these mappings so that the sound and music play appropriately as the character moves through an environment. Rounding out this dev diary, they tell us what's upcoming. On December 4th, we're going to get the Sounds of Seattle. Then we have the Christmas break, with them returning on January 15th. What do you think? Does this sound encouraging? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.